Anyway, and now we go on to the final thing we're going to talk about, and unfortunately, it's going to be my voice again. And this is Fancy Dance. Fancy Dance, which is a film, yeah, on Apple TV Plus, and it stars Lily Gladstone. And I think the only other actor you might know in this is Shea Wiggum, who you know the face because he shows up in everything, usually as an authority figure. But he's in this and he plays Lily Gladstone's dad. This is because I wanted to watch something Lily Gladstone. I wanted to support Lily Gladstone, especially for her being a Native American woman doing things in Hollywood and all that. But I just could not be bothered to watch Killers of the Flower Moon. It's too long. It's 4 hours. Yeah. So, but I was like, oh, good. I was like, oh, great. She's in something else. Oh, she's getting other work. Quick, watch it. And so, Fancy Dance is you meet her and her niece. Her and the niece, they live on a reservation in the States where, like, Native American reservation, but they are on the lower end of the economic scale. And when you meet them at the beginning, you see that they do things like one of the early things she does in the film is that she goes to a creek, and when she goes to a creek and she can see a guy on the other side of the creek, so she takes her shirt, she takes her shirt off. She's still wearing like a vest or anything like that, and starts washing her hair in the creek. And obviously this guy is just kind of like staring at her while he's fishing, like while trying to feel like he's not staring at her. While her niece runs around the back and steals his car keys from the back, and they go steal his car. They go steal his car. They take it to a chop shop and they sell it and all that. And you get the idea that this is how she lives. This is how she lives. You find out that she has a girlfriend who dances in a strip club, and at that same strip club her sister works. So her niece's mom works in the strip club, but her sister has been missing for a couple of days. Now they go, well, it's your sister. She has drug problems. It's that kind of story. She has drug problems. She's done this before. She's disappeared before. And she's like, yeah, but I think there's something different this time. But nobody really wants to take it that seriously because she'll show up at some point. And her dad shows up. Her dad shows up with his because it turns out her mom was Native American. Her dad's white. And her dad was moved to the reservation because of her mom and with the kids years ago. But has since left, got married again and all that. And her dad shows up, and then there's this whole thing where they're trying to figure out, because she has a criminal record, whether her dad is going to take custody of her niece or whether she's allowed to take custody of her niece. And it's looking like it's going to be her dad, and unless she finds her sister. So it becomes this kind of like social commentary. It's the vibe of it is almost a bit like if Ken Loach had made a whodunit, or had made like if Ken Loach had made Chinatown or something like that. That's kind of the vibe, because it's kind of like kitchen sink commentary on the way the things are and what happens, and all the while she's trying to find her sister. She's trying to find her sister, even though she's increasingly getting worried that something bad happened to her sister. So it's normal. So in her head, she's trying to figure out what happened to her sister. And at the same time, they're trying to take her niece away from her. But there's this dance called the Fancy Dance that happens once a year, where they all meet people from all these different reservations meet up in one location, and they do this dance, which is like it's usually a mother-daughter dance that she was that, and her throughout the whole film, her niece is like, is mom gonna come back? Because mom's gonna come back. We need to go to this dance. Mom's gonna come back. She promised me we're going to this dance, and so it sort of goes around and meanders. All sort of things happen, and all the way culminating in the actual Fancy Dance. But in the end, it reminded me of some films like, did you ever see A Perfect World with Kevin Costner? Kevin Costner as a fugitive on the run with a little boy. It reminded me of that. There were bits of it that reminded me of Thelma and Louise. There's some bits of actually now I'm thinking about it. There's bits of it are very Thelma and Louise. And it's but it's that kind of thing, it's almost like a road trip with incidents happening, but there's law enforcement involved for one reason or another. So I thought Lily Gladstone was really good. I think it's good that she did something that was, it was good to see, because all I've really seen of her before was just clips from Killers of the Flower Moon, which is of course period, and this is more it's more modern day, which gives me more of a sense of who she is, of who Lily Gladstone is myself, and everything like that. I thought she was good. The actress who plays her niece is good. Shea Wiggum he's doing his Shea Wiggum thing. I'm an authority figure, but there's a bit of bit where he gets to show like regret and all that. I thought it was quite good. I'd give Fancy Dance a 4 out of 5. I would recommend you go watch it, if for no other reason because I want to support people who haven't had a fair shake of the stick in Hollywood, like Shonda Rhimes. Yeah. At what point, however, does Shonda Rhimes just become part of the establishment? So,